Okay, now we will discuss the integral of e raised to x sine of x dx. First, you will set the equation, let's say, as a. So meaning to say a is equal to integral of e raised to x sine of x dx. You will also use by parts in this equation by setting u and dv. Then through your Liate again, trigonometric comes first before your exponential. So you will set your u as sine of x. Then the derivative of your u is cosine of x dx. Then the dv part is e raised to x dx. Then integrating both sides, you will get the value of v as e raised to x. Now following your formula, that's u v minus integral of v du. You will now have a as u is sine of x, then v is e raised to x minus the integral of v, which is e raised to x, then du is cosine of x dx. Now if you will notice, the second part will also be by parts. Then trigonometric first before the exponential, you will set again your u as cosine x, then your du as negative of sine x dx. Then the dv part again will now be e raised to x dx. Then your v is e raised to x. Then following your formula again, which is uv minus integral of v du, the value of your a now is e raised to x sine of x minus your u is cosine of x, then your v is e raised to x minus the integral of v, which is e raised to x, then du is negative sine of x dx, which is sine of x dx. Then the negative part pwede nyong ilabas, then negative multiplied by negative is positive, so you will have this equation. Now distributing the sign, you will have a as e raised to x sine of x minus e raised to x cosine of x minus the integral of e raised to x sine of x dx. Now if you will notice, you will have repeating integral, meaning to say paulit-ulit lang yung pagbabay parts pero hindi siya matatapos. Ngayon, kung titingnan nyo maigi yung equation, this equation is also your original equation, meaning to say this is your a. So if you will rewrite the equation, you will have a equals e raised to x sine of x minus e raised to x cosine of x minus a. Then transposing this to the other side, you'll now have a plus a equals e raised to x sine of x minus e raised to x cosine of x. Then you will have equal siya ngayon sa 2a. Then dividing both sides by 2, you will now have a as 1/2 then e raised to x sine of x minus e raised to x cosine of x plus c, wherein a is the integral of e raised to x sine of x dx, meaning to say that the integral of e raised to x sine of x dx is this answer. So you will have this final answer.